Hey guys, Kevin here. Let's have a look at conditions. So in this segment, we are going to be having a look at four different types of conditional statements. It's if statement, it's if else statement, it's else if statement, and a switch case. Alright. So let's get ahead. So what's an if statement? If statement is that if a condition is true, run this code, otherwise just ignore it. Alright. So let's go ahead to VS Code and let's make an example of it. Let's just copy this code, create a new file called difference.cpp, right? And let's paste it over there. We will remove this. We don't need that. We'll remove this as well, right? Let's rename C as diff. All right, that's our difference variable, and enter variable 1, enter variable 2. Now what we'll do is that C is equals to B minus A by default. All right. Now if in a now what happens is that all right. Oh, now in some cases what can happen is that you would say that A is 8 and B is 6. All right. In such cases it would be 6 minus 8 and the answer would be minus 2, which is not something that we want. We want to give the difference. All right, and the difference can always be positive. So we're gonna be using the if statement this condition. So if A is greater than B, right, what will happen is that the difference will now have a different uh, equation. So what will happen is it will do A minus B. So like if A is 8 and B is 6, the answer will be 2 now again, right? And let's put a cout statement for the value of C, for the value of difference, right? Let's just save this and let's run it. So the first case, all right, let's take it the normal case that the value of A is less than B, all right, this case. So what we will do is that let A be 4 and let B be 9. Answer is 5. What happened here was it declared three variables, took the value of A, took the value of B. It said that difference equals to B minus A, all right. So it went back to its memory. It saw B. Okay, what is B? B is 9. All right. What is A? A is 4. 9 minus 4, difference equals to 5. All right. Okay, we have a now difference has been assigned the value of 5. All right. Now we are moving on. Let's have a look at the if statement. Okay, if now A is greater than B. Is A greater than B? A is 4, B is 9. A is not greater than B. Just ignore this entire thing. Come over here, print the value of difference. Now let's take a new scenario, the second case, all right, and let's just replace the values. All right, 9 and 4. We still get the answer as 5. Now what happened over here? It it created three empty spaces. It assigned the value of 9 to A, 4 to B, and it calculated the difference. Now in this case the difference would be equals to 4 minus 9, which is minus 5. Alright, difference has been assigned the value minus 5. Now let's move ahead. It came to the if statement. It saw A is greater than B. It was like, yes, this is correct, A is greater than B. Alright, let's execute this code. Now what happened was difference had the value of minus 5. Alright, but now it calculated A minus B. A is 9, B is 4. 9 minus 4, 5. Now difference has been assigned the value 5 to it. It came to the next line and it printed difference out, and that's why you got 5 as the answer. Now this was your if condition, all right, if statement. Let's move on to the next statement, which is an if else statement. All right, so if else statement, what it does is, let's take the same example over here. We had to create a general equation, right? Now what I could do otherwise was that I could create an else statement and just paste this over here, right? Let's just paste this over here. Now what will happen is it will directly go to the if statement. All right, it will take the input of A and B and it will go to the if statement. It will check, is A greater than B? All right, let's take this case, right? Yeah, A is greater than B. Let me execute this and let me skip this entire thing. alright, because the condition is satisfied. We don't need to do this, alright, and let's print the value of difference. Now in this case where this condition wasn't satisfied, so if a greater than b, a is not greater than b, let's skip this thing, else. So that's what we are supposed to do. We'll follow this code. Let's just run it for trial basis. Let's just save it. Let's run it. We'll be using 4 and 9, 5, and let's run it again. 9 and 4, 5. Alright. So our if else statement is also working. Alright. So now let's have a look at else if statements. Alright. Now these are used when you have two different conditions. So let's make a new file. Let's call it grades.cpp. Right. Now what does grades.cpp mean? Let's just copy this code so we don't have to write things manually like a peasant. Right. Let's paste it over here. Now let's assume that you have been given that you need to assign grades to according to the marks. All right. So you will declare a variable called marks. All right. You will ask the user to enter the marks. You will take the input for marks. Right. Now let's just assume that anything above 75 is an A grade. Alright, anything about 50 is a B grade, and anything below that is a C grade. Alright, 75 and above A, 50 to 75 B, and below 50 is C grade. Alright, so let's write if marks greater than 50. Right, if marks greater than if marks greater than 75. All right, C out A. Right, so let's do it a bit better. The grade obtained is A. Right, so let's assume you had marks something called if you had 80 marks. All right, so 80 marks, 80 greater than 75, grade is A, finish it. Now let's assume you have marks less than 75. You have, for example, 60. So you still have a condition that if the marks are greater than 50, you'll get the grade as B. So what you'll do is you'll use a else if statement over here. Else if marks greater than 50. All right, even out the spacing. Else if marks greater than 50, see out the grade obtained is B. Right, and else you have no choice that the grade obtained would be C. What we did was we check the number. If it's 75 and above, if it's greater than 75, you got the A grade. Now below 75, that means either it could be B or it could be C. So we put another condition that if marks are greater than 50, and obviously because it didn't satisfy the first statement, marks should be less than 75. If marks are between 50 and 75, you got the grade B, and otherwise you obviously have the grade C. Right, and then we don't need this statement over here. Let's just save this and let's just run it. So enter the marks, let's say 65. All right, grade obtained is B. Enter the marks 90. All right, grade obtained is A. Enter the marks 33, grade obtained is C. Right, you could add countless more possibilities, but this is a normal example of else if statements. Now this is a very important thing, and I love this concept of the switch case. So what a switch case, the best application for this is a calculator. All right, so we might as well, let's make a calculator. All right, let's make a new file. Let's call it calculator.cpp. All right, let's copy the operators file over there. I'm just doing this so that I don't have to, I don't have the hassle of uh, rewriting all of these things. You should practice it because you're learning. So our calculator would be simple. It would ask you for whether what's your number one, what's the first number that you want to input. It will ask you for the second number, and then it will ask you for the operation you want to perform. All right. So let's keep A B and let's name this STC. All right. Now the thing is, Now the thing is, you can't name the variable as switch. There are certain names which can't be assigned to a variable because they would clash with the code. So I think to be on the safe side, you should just write this k underscore switch. All right, so that you can understand it more. K underscore switch. And now let's write let's enter number one. Enter the first number would be better, right? Enter the first number and enter the second number, right? Next we'll write C out, right? Enter your choice. All right, so let's just put another statement over here. 1 stands for addition. All right, now we could use /n or we could write a new statement. Let's use /n. Right, 2 subtraction, right? 3 multiplication, 4 division, and let's keep 5 as the exit statement. All right, exit, and then let's put a semicolon and enter your choice. Let's just test this once. If it's properly working, we don't have any errors or something. All right, enter the first number 1, enter the second number 2. All right, addition all right, we should put enter your choice above, or like here are your choices, right? And then a dash, let's do this, and /n, right? That should be good. And at the end we'll put a and L, just make it a bit fancier, and enter your choice, and then C in for the enter your choice part, so that would be k underscore switch, right? Let's just separate this. Now is the main thing where we use the switch. Now here's the basic format, if you might say, of a switch. So let's just write switch, and the value should be k underscore switch, right? Now we write case 1. All right, so case 1, what does that mean? It means that when the value of k underscore switch is equals to 1, execute the following code. So case 1, right? And then again we can put these curly braces, and we can write because you are doing addition, a plus b, right? C out a plus b, and then the most important thing is you write a break statement. Now I'll explain this statement to you again after we finish the entire thing. Let's just copy paste this multiple times so that we don't have to write this many times more and more. Case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, and then you'll have a default case. So 2 and 3, 4, 5, default. Alright, I hope this is right. Oh yeah, you write a case default, this is the right default. Alright, and you have a minus sign over here because it's subtraction. 3 is multiplication, so a into b and a divided by b. And then exit. Alright, exit is do nothing, just break out, right? And we could also put a cout statement here. Thank you for using our calculator. Or just thank you for using it. No, thank you. This thank you is good. Break should be obviously. Yeah. And what a default does is that just in case, you know, some guy maybe he isn't in his right mind and he puts the answer as 6 or as -1 or as 0. All right. So we'll tell them input unidentified, right? Or else invalid input. All right, invalid input sounds good. Invalid input. Now, yeah, one thing that we could do is we could add a go-to statement. Choice. All right, choice. Choice should be good. All right, and let's write over here go to choice. Yeah, so what happens is, for example, you enter the value as 2, you trigger the value 2. What it will do is it will go to this line. Alright, now had the break statement not been here, it would have executed the next line, which is case 3, and it would execute all the different all the different cases, and it will just ruin the calculator. So that's why you need to put a break statement after each one of them, which will break it from the case and directly bring it to line 50. Alright, that's the importance of break statement. Now sometimes if we have put the wrong, given an invalid input, we had a default. Now what this choice is, so what we did was we created a, you know, kind of like a checkpoint, all right, when we are in games, all right. And for example, you are playing a game where you go pass a particular point, and then after that you lose it or you die, so you spawn back at the checkpoint. All right, what this does is that if you have put an invalid input, it would say invalid input, go to choice, and it will bring you back over here. So we should also put an end L over here just to be safe, and then it will bring you back over here. It will print this back for you. All right. Yeah, we should do this go to everywhere so that it will give you the choices back. Yeah, that should be better, right? So let's just do this and this, and then let's delete them all. Let's put go to choice. Yeah, this should be better. So let's just save this and let's run this. Right, enter the first number 5, enter the second number 10. Here are your choices: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or exit. We'll do addition. Alright. 15. Here are your choices. We should put /n before this, I guess. And let's just remove this. Yeah, let's do it again. Enter the first number 5. Set number 10. Here are our choices. And let's 1. We got the answer as 15. 2. We got the answer as -5. Multiplication 50. Right. Division, so 4. Division, like, yeah, when you divide 5 by 10, all right, you get 0.5. Now 0.5 isn't an integer, so it will round it off to 0, right? So that's the thing with integer. Had it been float, you would have received the answer as 0.5, all right? And now let's put a bad value like 7. Invalid input. Here are your choices, all right? Let's enter 5. Thank you. That's a switch case handled over here, and this is a very nice thing to do. You should know it. And a go to statement thing is also there. Some people don't use the go to thing, they use a do while loop. So in the do while loop, what they I'll explain it to you later when we cover loops. So they use a do while loop to handle switch cases, but I feel this a bit smarter and better. So now we are over with conditions. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more of such tutorials. Follow me on Twitter at the Kevin P. Karia. If you have any queries, let me know them down in the comment section or on this email ID, that is ask.kevinpkaria@gmail.com.